I know what you're thinking. Not another video about branding. Well, this one is to show you why I keep making these kinds of videos. Hello home bosses, I'm Nuria Corby from thehomeboss.com. Welcome to my channel. So I've been going on and on about branding in my last videos, and I also mentioned that I have found success branding educational books for children. That is not my only brand, but I feel it's one that has the most potential to grow and expand. And I've made a few videos now about the educational niches, and in the last few days I have talked about a new software that launched on Friday called the Measurements Worksheets Generator. And the reason I keep talking about educational niches and branding is this. Have a look at this. These are my royalties since I started self-publishing on Amazon KDP. So you can see that it all began in November 2019, and I had a good start for a beginner. You can see here that the first month that I started wasn't too bad. It's not the norm to start selling in the first month, so I was really happy. But I think that Q4 had something to do with it, because I think it's always a lot easier to sell something during Q4, and I think that's why I got off to a good start. And of course then in 2020 it was quite slow for me. I didn't see the same success, but it was in May 2020 that I realized that this was something that I could continue doing, because I started seeing some sales. But unfortunately, as these things often happen this way, I started seeing success and then it all went downhill as well, and my sales became less and less. But I continued, and this is why I always say don't give up, because you just never know when things can start off again. And I didn't do too badly in Q4 of 2020. That is when I really started to think, yes, this can become my full-time income. I started to see more consistency, and even though sales are up and down, I did see that on average I was making a good income. And then again, Q4 in 2021 was a huge success for me again. I was really happy with my December earnings, and as usual the earnings go down again. But have a look at what happened in Q4 of 2022. Can you see how on average my sales went up? And not only did they go up, but they stayed up consistently, and it did make a big difference to my overall income. And I want to show you this graph because I think it illustrates exactly the moment when my branding helped me generate more sales. I started branding back in kind of the summer of 22. And of course with branding it takes a little bit of time. You don't see the results straight away. It does take a little bit of time. But as you can see, things started to get better from about September. October was better still, November. And then of course the big spike for Q4, which is the main months are November and December for that. And the curious thing about that was that in January I did really well, and I couldn't really explain that with the Q4 effect because my sales stayed consistent during that time. And even now I find that my sales are fairly consistent. Every month is different, there are ups and downs, but on average, I think that my sales are very consistent now. So I really wanted to show you this to let you know the difference that branding makes. Because I feel that not only has it increased my sales, but I know that I can grow my brand. I have built a customer base. And when you are on Amazon, you don't really know who buys your books. But when you create a brand and you build an email list, you do know who your customers are, and you can communicate with them through your social media accounts, through your emails. And that is a way to really give your books a really big boost, because every time you publish a new book, you can then send out information on that new book to your email subscribers. And also very important, I always say that in my branding videos, create your Author Central account on Amazon, because when you've got an author page on Amazon, people can follow you, and once they click that follow button, every time you bring out a new book Amazon sends your followers an email to advise them of that. And I've got one brand where I've got over 3,000 followers, and every time I produce another book, Amazon sends out an email. So you can imagine how good that is in terms of marketing, and it didn't take long to achieve that. So this is why I keep making videos about branding, and I just wanted to show you that it's absolutely possible, but it takes some work on your part and it takes a little bit of time to let the branding work its magic. And I always say that branding is about creating a consistent, recognizable presence that readers trust. And when they trust you, they come back for more. So that's how you turn one-time buyers into lifelong fans. And you do have to create good quality books to achieve that, books that people find valuable and that they experience in a positive way, and then they want to buy your other books. And that's why I talked about building a reliable brand in the booming niche of educational content with the measurement worksheets generator. And that is just one of the tools that this company has brought out, and it's the latest one in a series of apps designed to help you create books that sell, that teach, and that make a difference. And I wanted to show you one part of this app that I hadn't shown you before. I showed you how the app works in a previous video, and they've just added something else. This is one of the things that I love about this company. They don't just sell you an app and leave it at that. They keep adding things to it and they keep making it better. And this is one that I really like. They've just added this one, and this looks really great. So there's a little picture of scales, and what you can do is have a look at this. So you can regenerate the data, and this is how it works. So you can create all these different images. So imagine a workbook for children with all these images, which are a very visual way of learning. And not only this, you can add your own things to it. So for example, you can go on this upload button, and I've uploaded a few images already, so I can play around with that. I can then insert my own images in here, so you would have to play with this a little bit. So you could do something like that, or maybe have something like this. And I'm sure you could play with this and make it better and make the image disappear into the scales. You could do that on Canva if you wanted to, but even just like that, it looks like a good picture. And you could do something funny as well. I think this would be quite cute. So you can create quite fun images. Maybe have a little cat sleeping in there. So you can find some really good images that can go with the ready-made scale. And then on top of that, you can just regenerate the data and have different weights showing up. So it just shows you the scope of this app and how much you can do with this. And most of all, it shows me that the people creating these apps are not just sitting back and letting it all happen. They are proactively adding things all the time. And if you've already bought this app, then you can see how excited I am about this, because it just lets you create another type of book for our educational brand. And hopefully you're already playing with this app and starting to create some great worksheets. And if you bought this tool through my link, or if you're thinking of buying this tool through my link, as a thank you, you're getting 2 bonuses. One is the Printables mini course that is on my website, and you get that absolutely free. And you also get a complete guide on branding your educational brand. And that guide is tailored to these kind of apps, in particular to the measuring app, but also the other apps that this company has brought out that are all in the educational niches. And that should really help you get started, and it should help you make the most of this app for your books. And if you're wondering how you can get these bonuses, if you have bought the app already, or if you're buying the app during the launch through my link, the way I send out the bonuses is the vendor of the app is going to send me all the email addresses of the people buying through my app, and then I will send out the link to the course to everybody. So expect an email in the next couple of days. And I'm still working on the guide, so I want to add as much information and as much value to it as possible. So that will be sent out this week as well in a separate email. So keep an eye on your emails, and you should receive the 2 bonuses this week through your email. And I can't wait to send them to you because I think you're going to find a lot of value in them. And like I said, those bonuses are designed to give you a running start in creating a brand that resonates and sells. And hopefully your sales graph will look more consistent and have an upward trend. And remember that today is the final day of the launch price, which is a greatly reduced price. So today, the 6th of November 2023, at precisely 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time, the special launch will come to an end and the price will go up and stay up. And remember, that is Eastern Time, so depending on where you are in the world, you have to calculate that for your own time. So that's unfortunately when the offer will come to an end. And let's also not forget that the OTO2 offer, the second upgrade, the one that offers not just 1 but 5 apps that will be released next year, where the exclusive deal is only for the first 699 buyers who act quickly. And this will also end tonight, or once all those copies are sold. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you have started using the app, if you've already bought it, how you're finding the process. And I imagine you already have some ideas for those books. So I hope you have a lot of fun with it. And if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and maybe subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching today, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye bye.